like you said, there are some pretty tough chapters, and there's a lot of things that I think nobody knew about you because they've just watched Queer Eye. They've seen you as this very happy guy. So, like you said, there are times when you cried writing these chapters. How has the response been? Because obviously the book is out now and the stories have been picked up by the press a lot. What has the response been like to some of those revelations?
It's been mostly, really overwhelmingly positive, but I think that it's important to think about how we talk about like I have heard so much of people think of you as this really happy, gregarious person. And one of the points of the book that I'm trying to make is that even though I'm someone who is HIV positive and is a survivor of sexual abuse and is, someone who has lived through the things that I've lived through in the book, that doesn't make me not a happy person.
Totally.
And that doesn't make me someone who's not capable of experiencing huge amounts of joy and work hard. And I just think that and something I talk about in the book, a common theme is that for me, a lot of my joy and a lot of my happiness can live right next door to some of the stuff that has caused me the most suffering. And I can cycle through those things and I think anyone can.
Yeah.
I think the human experience is such a layered and complex, thing. And we all have experienced it in different ways. But I think that there's a lot of levels to that, and it's not really so much of a black and white thing. So really what I wanted to do here in writing this book was showing all of the other sides to myself and really showing that the 20 collective minutes of screen time that I have in Queer Eye is not the totality of who I am.
Yeah.
That is me, and I do love talking about hair, and I do love talking about self-care and ingredients and symmetry and corrective hair color and skincare. I love all that. Mm-hmm. But there's also a million other things that I love that I want to talk about. And I think generally what I've learned is that from what we think we know about people, there's actually so much more kind of going on, and everyone has more layers. And even in saying that, it's kind of made me rethink times where I've been why did that person do that? It's so messed up. When I've really been irritated at certain people, I'm oh, maybe they did a lot of other things, or they're maybe they aren't a nightmare or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know so much about everything that the complexity of what that person is facing and going through. So there's that too.
Right. Definitely.
Well, I think that you are so inspiring for so many reasons, and because of what you have talked about in your book, and like you said, because of all these things, it doesn't mean that you're not a happy person. You're still a very happy person. And I feel like that's really great for some people who are going through the same stuff as you to read, because I feel like some people think this is happening to me. I just can't be happy. But you have found that. And is there anything that you would tell people who are going through the same thing as you, how to navigate it?
I think therapy really helps. I think doing things that bring you joy really help, things that I can look forward to, my little figure skating moments or little gymnastics moments. That's why I do it so religiously. I mean, part of why I have to do the gymnastics so religiously is because I did put a gymnastics routine in the middle of my stand-up act, and because I realized halfway through tour, I was oh my God, I have a whole audience who can't really totally leave in the middle of the show. I mean, I guess they really could if they hated it, but I was oh, as long as I have a bunch of people sitting here in one place, honey, let me heal my inner childhood wounds of my father who would not watch me in my gorgeous Mariah Carey routine, honey. My dad wouldn't, but my stepdad would. So someone would, it was fine. But now it's to the point.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. So, but now I kind of have to do the telling just to make sure that I don't puke after my routine, which sometimes I am barf adjacent because it is really difficult to pull out a minute and 20 seconds of, because I use Ali Raisman's floor music from the 2016 Rio Olympics, which is it turns out to be this Russian naval song. But it really, I give my best. But that's why. So the gymnastics is a little bit work, but mostly self-care, and the figure skating is really all just gorgeous self-care and childhood joy. But I also go I'm really into meditation. I'm really into yoga, and working out generally, anything to get me some endorphins really helps.
I love that, because I mean, we watched you figure skate on Queer
and
Eye.
Therapy so much. That's the biggest one.
Yes.
And we do know there's so many things now. If therapy isn't something that has been classically financially available for you, there are so many places and resources that we can go to, that we can seek out referrals and immediate emergency things, especially Trevor Project Honey. And I think that is especially for LGBTQ youth or people that are experiencing an emergency situation. well, really that's 911, but also like
Yes.
if you're like feeling really, really like isolated and just very alone, I think places like the Trevor Project have so many incredible resources that can help you right now, but then can also point you in the direction of more long-term relational building care that can really help us navigate some of these really difficult situations that there is just frankly no rule or no manual for. So but yes, figure skating. Let's talk about figure skating.
As I was going to say, on this last season of Queer Eye, we got to see you figure skate. Was how much of a dream come true was that?
I am waiting to like stop being so starstruck and like freaked out by my friendship with Michelle Kwan. And I'm always flabbergasted by it. And I'm like, I can't believe she wants to be my friend. But yeah, it was just like so much fun. And I love figure skating so much. I can't believe that I got to pick it up at that time in my life. And I didn't know like what an enemy summer was to like figure skating rink hours. It's a nightmare trying to be an adult figure skater with a busy schedule in the summertime. Winter, fall, there's like just more availability.
Yes.
The summer, it's like the hours they all go like you because like in the wintertime it's like all the time, but then in the summer, honey, they only do like 5, 6, 7 in the morning, and then everyone is there, and you have to share with all the hockey players in whatever town you're in, and so it's just there's all this competition for the ice. And you really,
So you just have a little corner.
Yeah, and well, no, because if it's hockey time, you just can't go. It's not figure skating time, and then it's just like there's only like 3 hours in the morning because it gets so hot. And then there's no outside rinks if you are an outside rink person. It's like that's a whole other podcast.
So you are really missing out on ice skating right now because the summer just happened and you haven't gotten your fix in.
I've only gotten to go like once a week or like once every other week, or like actually I think that's even like an over exaggeration. I think I've been like I feel like I went like 4 times, maybe 4 or 5 times all summer, but really before the summer I was going like every morning.
Wow.
It was like my yoga from like November until May.
Yeah.
So do you think you're going to start it back up?
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah.